Welcome back. It's live trading, 627, 2025. So yeah, just again, I'm gonna say it each time, just gonna narrate the way that I normally would, just to show, this all just making sure that I'm being transparent on the day-to-day execution, day-to-day results. So I'm just doing what I normally would do. Got here really late yesterday, so now I'm here about right on time. So let's see. Is Asia low? Yes. The open's just going right for London, it looks like. So London high was traded into at 7:15. So I mean, somewhat of a breakaway gap. We might look at something in that leg of price action, potentially for even a short down to London low if it's just gonna create like these equal lows like this. But what's the red folder real quick? 8:30 a.m. Okay. Yeah. Well, make sure I'm not gonna make a mistake of the timing again, like I did last time. Let's get this clear too. There is an RDRB, but there's a fair value gap down here. It's just already, I'm having a feeling this is a conservative risk day, but we'll see. And, fair value gap. I think did we take out all-time high? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, almost. Just gonna draw it out. It took out one of the equal highs. So okay. In terms of a 4 hour, I can't even tell what's going on in terms of structure, to be honest. Let's see. Like we took out, I mean, I see it like, we took out this high up here, right? So I would say it's likely to move into internal range liquidity, which we have drawn out. This is fair value gap. I mean, it's taken out a lot of external range liquidity. Took out the London low. Let's look at the daily. This is a breakaway gap down in here. I mean, that's, like I said, I mean, it's a breakaway gap, right? Like, it's unlikely that's going to be traded into before all-time high is traded into. We just trade into a key level. If anything, we'd probably have more of a consolidation type day, but you never know. So the daily, I mean, that just looks bullish to me, and it's the same kind of with the 4 hour. Weekly, I mean, again, it's not even reacting to, you have this external range liquidity. Oh my God. This gives me a second to check this. You have this external range liquidity. Holding through. I mean, look at a 4 hour. Like, it's just like it doesn't even give a shit about it. So, for me, like, I see that as bullish, and yes, it just traded into this first equal high of this all-time high. So, in terms of that, like, potentially going to move into this fair value gap, I would say, just for clarity, if we just buy up from this London low, I don't see any clear like ERL to me. I see it could just possibly go, oh, that's actually a breakaway gap too. Okay, I take that back. So I would take that up. I would take it up to all-time high. Let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. What's going on here? So it did not sweep liquidity within the key level. So if this created a fair value gap, I'd want to see like what is the reaction to this displacement, and then I would allow that to be a full risk long, no question. It just all seems like I just see two breakaway gaps. Here's one on the daily. Here's one on H4. RDRB. Wait, am I tripping? Oh, I might be tripping. No. No, I don't think so. RDRB and a fair value gap. RDRB and a fair value gap. It looks a little weird though. Here. Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Just gonna watch this, just see some of the order flow that's coming in. A little bit of selling down there, but not too well. Yeah, it's actually not too crazy. This was high volume negative delta. That was right into London. So like it created a fair value gap. I'd be interested to see what happens from this fair value gap. We changed to say delivery. We created a fair value gap from London low. Liquidity was not swept, so I think it's lower probably. I was reflecting on this a lot yesterday. So it's like if we're in a reversal, I want to see a sweep of liquidity and then all my order flow and displacement. But if there's no sweep of liquidity, then I want to see how price reacts to that first displacement, which we have right here. So we'll see if it like holds up above this high, for example. And we have a lot of range up into all-time high, but that's where I would take it. I just see it as two breakaway gaps. To me, I usually don't use RDRBs on H4, but the way that this is all lined up, daily RDRB, breakaway gap, H4, I just see that as all bullish, weekly not reacting to that. Seems all aligned bullish to me. So let's just see so like it inverted that gap, but it's like, let's see like, what else it does. So I have to check something. Okay. So that's an 8. Still want to see like it actually, it did engulf from there. I just want to see a little bit more from this, and then I'd be ready to, because we got seller's trap kind of right at that candle body down in here. Pretty significant, I mean, but at the same time, it wasn't into the low, right? Like it's kind of more like in here. London low we did trade into. It's definitely, my strategy is discretionary, so. But I'm just not trying to overcomplicate this. I see, reasons here for longs up from where we're at. I would put a stop loss underneath these. Okay, we'll see if this will hold. But for me, like I see this as you got a displacement from a displacement. Stop loss I'm going to put right under there. And then take profit's going to be higher up at the 22,873. $938. Okay, I was making sure I was not tripping. $938. It's nice to create another fair value gap out of here. Just want to see, continued progression. Or this whole order pairing, throughout here. Hmm. Yeah, let me draw out the 2R region too. Alright, so I see it as between this high, if we get there, this high, and right here. I mean, that's very logical. So, Jesus Christ. Let's see if this will... Just gonna leave... I didn't see an opportunity for trailing yet, so just gonna leave the stop loss where it's at. We'll see if this will buy up. Trade into a 15-minute RDRB or something, I think. I don't know, didn't even trade into anything. There is a 15-minute fair value gap right up on this high. So, what is the VIX doing? Actually, what is ADD doing too? It's rising. That's a confluence for sure. What about VIX overall? Still low. I just want to see this 15-minute fair value gap. I want to be aware of it. It's kind of a breakaway gap. Let's see if this will get to here. I want to see it get to there. It's really not moving very much for me. If it held anything like that, I would move my stop loss. Or at least, I'm at least going to move it to, it's made a progression, I'm at least move it to here. You know, I want to see it not reverse from that high. I can't see very well what's going on with this low. All right. Excuse me. It's really, really slow right now. We'll see if it moves. I think, like, what is it finding? Is it just this? I think it's just this value that it's having a lot of trouble through. If we get through this, up in this fair value gap, I think it'll lift off. If not, you know, maybe ends up getting stopped, but we'll see. I mean, just listening to the reactions from price, that's what my job is. So, you know, it's made a progression. I moved my stop. At least with that newer high formed, and we'll see if it can make it up to that fair value gap. It's getting really low volume, like really low volume. that was okay volume. It's quite low down here though. I'm just gonna stop loss still here. Give it some room to be consolidatory for the next 11 minutes because I think at 10 it'll definitely have some injection. It's a new macro, but we'll see what this does. When was 8:30? Is it here? Yeah, I'm right at the candle body now. Oh, trade in the fair value gap. Okay, so um, as a way of, I want to like make sure I understand that price does not reverse from that fair value gap. So I think that I'm going to trail to this low down in here. That's my logic, is it's like I don't want to see a reversal from that fair value gap, and so I'm going to trail my stop up. It made a progression. It's a little too aggressive. There hasn't really been a displacement though since that, so. But I mean, again, I would say I don't want to see a reversal from that fair value gap, so I agree with my decision making. I'm going to keep my stop loss, move it up since we traded into it, just as a way of like mitigating that. Let's see what's right here. Yeah, I agree with what I said. So let's see if it'll move through that gap. A lot of buying in it, kind of. Big ass consolidation right here. Close. Let's see it like push above that consolidation. Hold above that consolidation. Starting to get some speed now. See if this will hold. This is a nice candle for this long. Very nice candle. See if a fair value gap holds. It's above that. Yeah. I would say if a fair value gap holds, I would trail stops up to this. I already think I'm gonna trail stops up to this low. It's getting a squeeze. Let's just see how it does. Everybody in here, like, you want to see them get squeezed. Yeah, I'm gonna move my stop loss up on that. It's right to this low here. Okay, let's see if this will squeeze into the 2R region. Risk is pretty much removed on this trade. Just given I don't want to see that. Reverse that entire squeeze. And I mean, I just see it like, you have the top of the news candles right here. All these regions right in here. These people should get squeezed. I don't want to see it reverse from there. So that's where I'm at with that. So we'll see. Got 10 a.m. coming up soon. Are these high volume candles? Generally? Yeah, they are. Let's see if they hold. Still just have my stop loss where it is at. Giving price a little more room. I see a lot of higher time frame alignment with this. So I'm just kind of giving it to it. RDRB, breakaway gap. See if this will move up into the 2R region. Slow trade. It feels like, oh, it's done so much. It really hasn't, not compared to the original displacement size, so just waiting. I have an appointment later in the day. We'll see if this will finish by then. Like later in the morning. So squeeze out these people. Squeeze them. I want to see them squeezed. Let's see how 10 opens up. Oh, it did squeeze them. I'm going to move the stop up on this to right about here. It's still not in the 2R region yet. It's getting close. It looks like it's going to get there soon. Stop loss is a little bit in profit. Oh my god, what did I just do? I want to see that squeeze hold. Let's see if it'll flush in to there. Alright, let's take this 4 off. And I'm going to put my stop loss here under this candle. Dude, 10 grand? Let's fucking go. Let's go. 10 grand off that secure. Well, it's actually a little more than 10 grand, but let's fucking go. After yesterday, that feels good. I'm not gonna lie. Let's fucking go. Oh, gonna have a fucking green week this week. It's like kind of feeling like I was gonna be down bad. Motherfucker came back. Beautiful ass trade. Look at that shit. Let's see if it'll go all the way to all-time high. I mean, let's see. I secured, so I closed out $9,000. I have another 1,200, 1,300 bucks. So that's about like 10,500. And then if this hits, it would be another 4,000. So that would be the idea with that. Bro, what a beautiful candle. God, what a gorgeous fucking candle. Let's go. Let's absolutely go. Right at the top of the wick. Actually, not top of the wick, top of the body, but still, let's go. Perfect 2R region. This is one of the like better executions I've had, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the, I had the biggest loss really that I will have yesterday. About 10,000, it was about 9,000 bucks. Well, actually, no, it was about 11 grand. So I was high risk. This is also a full risk trade, but I had to reduce the risk because of that, because I was in a drawdown. But now I'm definitely not in a drawdown, so I got all that money back and more on this trade. So gotta execute like a fucking savage. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like. You don't want to sometimes. It just feels scary, but I'm really proud of this, to be honest. I came in, risked the full amount, beautiful risk, have this really, gorgeous expansion on a Friday, end this shit off, right? So, we'll see if this goes. I would absolutely love to take a $15,000 trade off this thing. I might have closed a little too much. Let me see. 380. No, I was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Divided by 380. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, so 380. So 450 plus 60 divided by 380. Okay, I guess I got 1.34. 1.34. Let's see if that creates a fair value gap through this. I'd move my stop loss up to this low if it does. So what's going on here? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this was one of the cleanest setups I've ever seen in my life. All the 2 breakaway gaps, all-time high above, like, I don't know, just pull back right before all-time high. Just kind of just like really is nice. Nice setup. So, stops trailed on that. Let's just go like this. I'll say like this. Still not created a fair value gap. It just went to 2R. Or, well, it might create a fair value gap. Doesn't look like it will, but what is this high volume Positive delta. I would say if it creates a fair value gap, I'm gonna butt up on this low. Yeah. I mean, I gotta listen to this. You know, if it's gonna continue, I want to see that held. So now we got another. So I have 9,000 that I sold off with another. So 50 with another 2,000 on. So it's $11,000 that I got on. This is not a small trade at all. 50. Yeah, 50 points. Dude, let's go. It's not a small trade. Ain't no small trade. Ain't no small win. Let's go. Oh, okay, so stop is this low. See if this squeeze continues and just have some like fat ass Friday, or you know, I just get probably 1 point. It'll be like 1.7 R off this probably. So I got 11,000 I risked. So far I secured 11,000. I risked 7,600. Okay, that's more like it's more like 1.5, but we will see. It's also high volume positive delta. I probably want to trail it up to that candle low soon. It's very aggressive though, that's why I'm not quite doing it. I'm gonna go like this real quick. Just gonna, so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm not gonna be that aggressive. I think price could trade into that fair value gap and still. You know, I took 4 out of 5 at the top of this candle, or at that body. You know, I have to remember, like, I just want to, sometimes just want to close it, just take the little bit extra profit from the 1 micro, but it's like the whole point of me doing this is letting price run to TP. Like, I almost never see price run to full TP, but it might do it. You never know, right? And it's like, it does do it sometimes, and like on those days, especially if I can, like here I definitely couldn't get up on price and like not take any micros off, but sometimes the absolute best case scenario is if price is like consolidating like right before and then it pushes in and I can like put my stop loss right here and then have the full position size on. Pretty nuts when that happens, because I could get like a 5-hour full risk trade, and I've had it happen like once in the past 3 months, but still those are like obnoxiously large positions, like $40,000 wins. So it's pretty dope if that can happen. Let's see if this holds. Took out the high volume positive delta candle low, but it seems like it's still pushing. If anything, I would actually trail my stop loss up to this candle low. After doing that, I definitely will. Yeah. If it holds anything like that, let's see. I would say I just will. I don't want to see that. I'm gonna trail it to. And trail it to the open fair value gap. Is the way that I'm gonna do that. So right down here. Little bits. If it creates a fair value gap from there, I'll trail it up a little more. Damn, this is a nice trade. Jesus Christ. What an expansion. Down here, I was like, you know, it's consolidatory. It had to just get through this area of value, but once it did, it's just like nothing stopping it. Let's see if it just races to all-time high. It'd be so sick. I would have such a, if that hit full TP, I don't even know, like, I mean, I very rarely stops moving up to this candle low. Very rarely do I see that happening, but it might happen. So let's move up that candle low. Oh, no way. That was crazy. Was I a little premature on that? Wow. That was a nuts candle. Just like, I guess everybody moved their stop up. Damn it. Let's see if that, I should have waited for that shit to close. Well, I don't actually know. It would have taken me out on that fair value yet too. That's alright. Let's see what I secured. Fucking A, man. That is pretty fat. 11,340. That is not bad. Not bad. That is not bad. I'm up from yesterday. That was a no joke. That was a no joke trade. I'm gonna lie. That was, for how, because it was not. I think the stop loss was just fine for how. Yeah, that was a savage trade. It was relatively, like, I made, what did I do? 567, and I risked. Well, I mean, you know what? 33 times 2 times 5. Yeah, so I made 1.7 R off that. That was really good. Like full 1.7 R with the trail and everything. It's all right. I agree with my trailing, despite if it runs from here. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to like sit through just a bunch of consolidation and shit. So, all right, that is it for this week. Up very small or break even on the week, but you know, just holding the money. This trade got me, like, I started the day with $1,579 of trailing drawdown, and now I have 51,331 minus 49,190. Now I have 2141. So what this allows me to do is, you know, on Mondays are one of my highest probability days. I have like a 75% win rate on Mondays, and like a 80% day win rate. Like, it's ridiculous, but we'll see if that holds over time. It's been about like a few months of it doing that. But like, you know, that's where I get higher risk. You know, maybe I risk $10,000, $12,000 on a single trade, and it's like if I make a 1.7 R, that's where you get like the $25,000 trades. It's a little annoying seeing this. We'll see if it like ends up pushing, but I still got a good, really solid trade off of this. So only had one micro on anyway. It's not like it's like moving too crazy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That might actually just flush like a motherfucker. But all right, that is it for the week for me. I'm gonna log this trade, get this video up, and I'm gonna go and get off the charts for a little bit, and then I'll come back and kind of observe the market, reflect on it. Not my performance specifically. That's what I'm gonna go and review right now. Like immediately after I'm done, that's what I'm reviewing. But I will go back later in the day and what I do is I'm just looking at the market, looking at my strategy within it, and seeing like, okay, like how does my strategy fit within the market, and just observing and reflecting on it, just whatever I notice, and then kind of challenging my system, parts that I don't have well defined, all that kind of thing. So that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Anyways, yeah, have a good weekend.